All right, so we've already shown you how to get these free players, but today we're going to show you how to get these free players. If you missed the video that we posted already, let me walk you through really quickly the 2 free players I'm going to show you how to get right now. You're going to go into head-to-head seasons. You're going to pop over to this overtime house rules, and you'll see here at 25 house rules wins, you're going to get a 94 overall playoff player, and at 50 house rules win, you're going to get an 88 plus. The 94 player is NCAT, unfortunately, but the 88 plus is auctionable. Now 50 house rules wins is a lot of wins. The college OT house rules you can see here is fairly quick if you know what you're doing. Right now I'm going to walk you through how to get through these house rules wins as quickly as possible. I've been cranking them out at a really fast rate, and I think I figured out a really good formula, and I want to show you guys here because in my Twitch chat we've had a ton of questions on how to get through these house rules wins quickly, because 50 really is a ton. If you didn't know, basically what the house rules overtime rules are is that you're going to get the ball to 20, you're going to get a chance to score, your opponent is then going to get the ball back at their 20, and they're going to get a chance to score. You're going to go back and forth until somebody outscores the other person's possession. So my theory on this is to score as quickly as possible and get through these games super fast. So what I do is I go for a 1-play touchdown, and I go for 2 every time, and I am having a extremely high success rate scoring on that first play and also getting the 2-point conversion. So basically what happens is if your opponent gets the ball first, they're often going to score 7. They're going to get their touchdown and they're going to kick an extra point. And then if you get the ball back, you go score the touchdown and you kick 2. I'd rather get through the games and get to opponents who are struggling rather than stay in these sweaty overtime rules where a lot of people will kick their 7, go back and forth trying to get a defensive stop. I don't think that's the best method. I think you use your 2-point conversion to either win or lose and move on to the next opponent. That's the philosophy we're going to take. I'm going to show you the 2-play setups that I do out of this. You can create these setups if you have one wide receiver apprentice, a slot apprentice, or a hot route master quarterback. You can create these out of any playbook. They're not formation specific, but I will show you the formations that I'm doing it out of. And once again, the idea here is to just go through these as quick as possible, crank out opponents, not stay in games as long as you can. All right, so like I mentioned earlier, you guys can do these 2 setups out of any playbook. It's just going to be finding a formation that's similar to this, because we're going to hot route master every single route. We're going to hot route all of them, and there's only 1 route out of the 2 plays that you need an apprentice for. So you really can create this out of anything. I'm actually in the Patriots playbook here. I normally run this out of the Carolina playbook, but I'm going to do this out of the Patriots just to show you that it's super simple to do out of any book. So I'm going to call this out of tight slots. I prefer to call this out of tight Y off, but you can use tight doubles, you can use tight like weak, anything like that. What I'm going to look for is a play action play. So I'm going to call PA flood shot here just for the play action. I'm going to call any random play on defense, and the only other thing that I didn't do there that I need to redo here is you do need to make sure you have your slot apprentice, your wide receiver apprentice, or if you have a hot route master, just your best quarterback over here on the right receiver by the tight end. So we're going to sub him out here. We're going to put our apprentice right there. Perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and call our play action play here. Call any random play. We're going to respot the ball to 25 like it is in overtime. And so going from the left to the right, you're going to put X on a streak. You're going to put Y on a curl. So on the left side, you can go streak, curl. I also don't mind putting Y on a smart routed in route like that, or if you have hot route master, a hot route master post. We're going to block our tight end. We're going to cross our B receiver. And if you're in like a tight slots like this, you actually can't block your tight end. So that's fine. I'm just going to leave him on a curl or an out route or anything. I prefer to have a formation where he's on the line so you can block him. That's why I like tight Y off out of the Carolina book. But for the example of showing you this, we're just going to look at our crosser here. The user is going to bite on this curl route a ton. If they don't use the crosser will be wide open, pass led to the left and down, basically against anything, as you can see right there. Terrible user, bro. That curl pulls them down every time. I don't know why. This is not a formation I prefer to run it out of. When you see clips from the actual game, which I am going to overlay, you're going to see it out of tight Y off, and it's way better there, but it still is extremely effective out of any type formation. Just streak, curl, or in route, and then this crosser just beats everything. You are going to go ahead, you're going to take that crosser, and you're going to pass lead it down and away. So this is towards the sideline and down a little bit. So pass lead and hold it like that when you hit your button. I'll show you guys one more rep here against the computer. Obviously, you guys are seeing it's working perfectly. This is from the 25, just like in house rules, and it's open basically every time. And even when there's a guy there, I have deep out elite, so I normally catch it anyway. And then now let's go ahead. Let's pop down here to the 2-yard line. I'm going to show you the 2-point conversion play. So remember, the strategy here is that we want to score on a 1-play touchdown on offense and then immediately go for 2 so that we can get through these games as fast as possible. Because most likely when you score 8 points, your percent chance of winning that game right there is extremely high. All right, so I am in the Carolina playbook for the 2-point conversion. I like to call this Trey Y flex here. What you're looking for, see how 14 is a little bit staggered closer to the line of scrimmage than 15 the back end. What you're going to do is come out in the levels corner, pull out Y corner here. Most playbooks have something like this, a Trey Y flex, a gun tray, a trip, something. What you really want though is your slot receiver to be on the line of scrimmage and everybody else to be off the line of scrimmage on the receiver side. And so what you'll see here is when I go left to right, I'm going to put X on a drag, Y on a hitch, and B on an out route. And see how the B out route gets way above that drag route because of the setting of X being off the line of scrimmage and B being on the line of scrimmage. And what you're going to do is you're going to snap it, and B on the sideline is going to be open like 8 out of 10 times. Be careful. This is not nearly as effective if you're running this out of a formation where the X receiver and the B receiver are on the line of scrimmage. And if the B receiver is off the line and the X receiver is on the line, it will not work at all. So you want to look for the alignment there, and you're going to see that B receiver just gets open. They don't react to it. I don't know why. I've got so many clips of this working in house rules. What you'll also do is sometimes it will get bagged. This is a lot less successful than the tight Y off play, but it still, as you can see, it works a ton. If you see a defender like chasing or like right on his hip, or even a defender somehow sitting in the flat on the left at like a 0-yard blue, that will play this. Like a 0-yard blue will play this right on the goal line. You can look over to your right here and you can just make the high-low read between the running back and the tight end. That's also very effective as a 2-point conversion opportunity. But that left option is just extremely effective. The only thing that I've really seen bag it is like a 0-yard blue that just sits there on the goal line. Everything else in the red zone without zone drops pretty much just matches and it leaves it wide open. So those are the 2 plays that I run in the house rules. Defensively, your philosophy is to hopefully just give up 7 because then you can score 8 and win. Sometimes you're gonna get lucky and get a stop. If you do that, just kick your field goal. Literally just get the stop and then kick a field goal, win the game, and move on. I hope this gets you guys through your house rules wins super fast. This gets you your 94 player. Let me know what 88 plus you got down below and if these tips helped. And guys, thank you for all the support on the channel. We'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, let's throw a beam here. Luke OT67, I'm sorry I'd have to do this to you, my guy. Terrible user, bro. That curl pulls them down every time. I don't know why. Stay with the crosser, bro. Had no idea. Laser. Beam! Come on now.